Well, I'm standing in for Steve Foster Driver on the Health Show this morning, and I'm very pleased that having spoken to Angie earlier on, I'm now speaking with Dan Hayes, who's a local DJ, who many of you may have encountered at a gig somewhere or other. And of course, COVID has restricted those activities quite a bit, but it's not stopped him keeping fit. And he's got a very, very important event coming up later in the year. Welcome to CandoFM, Dan.
Thanks very much for having me.
Yeah, what is this major event that you've got all this getting fit for coming up?
I'm going to be running the London Marathon, but it's for motor neurons, a very close thing to my heart.
It's for a very special cause.
It is, yeah. I lost Gordon, a really close friend of mine, in 2016, roughly 2017, and I made a promise to him that I'd carry on fundraising. We did our first marathon, me and Matt Robson, in 2016, and we didn't think he'd be there for us at the finish line. And he also said to us, I might not be here, but I'm going to be running right beside you the whole way, which was, I still get that inspiration hearing in the back of my head now from him. Since then, we said we'd try and challenge ourselves even further. In 2017, we said we'd do 17 challenges for that year.
Wow.
Each. And we were blown away because we did a fundraiser in February because we only wanted to try and raise £5,000 for motor neurons, and we did that on that one night. Generosity of people for this, see what we can raise. And I said, well, a great idea would be 17,000 raised on the 2017 for the 17 challenges. So we went for it, and we ended up smashing that and raised £19,000.
Wow.
That year.
That is fantastic, Dan. Absolutely incredible. So that was all back in 2017.
Yeah. And since then, I've been carrying on by doing marathons. I've done London Marathon twice, and this is my big final third one I'd like to do for motor neurons. It's very special to me because it was like a calling for me to say, right, I need to fundraise as much as I can here for this amazing man and anybody suffering, because I've lost too many people I know now to motor neurons.
Yeah, I mean, there does tend to be a connection between people who are physically active, particularly elite sportsmen, or is that just the media that tells us that?
It can hit anybody at any time, but it's sadly really, really high in the northwest for cases of motor neurons. And I said I've known 4 people now who've been affected by this, and it's sad to say, and I want to try and help them find a cure. My ambition is to fundraise and keep going, try to spread awareness about MND and the importance of what these funds do for people who are suffering, and help them try and find a cure.
And in terms of since 2017, how much do you reckon you've raised so far?
Well, we're just under £24,000 now.
And of course, you've lost 18 months with COVID, so that's got to be compensated for in this effort now with the marathon, the London Marathon.
That's just why I'm pushing as hard as I can to try and raise what I can and what awareness I can. I've got a clubland night that I'm going to be doing next year, and now all the funds from that is going to be going straight to MND. So I'm really looking forward to that.
So how can people get involved and sponsor you for the London Marathon, raising funds for the MND, the Motor Neurone Disease Society? How can people get involved with that? How can they put their money on the table for you?
Well, I've got a Just Giving page for my London Marathon. And if you just go to Just Giving and look for my name, Dan Hayes, you'll find me, and you'll see there'll be some MND logos. On my Just Giving page, there's going to be a picture of myself running, and then next to it, a picture of Rob Burrow shirt on the other side of where I'm going to be running, as I'm going to be running the marathon in full rugby kit with Rob Burrow on the back to spread awareness for MND, as it's vital. We try and raise what we can.
So the more people who can sponsor you, the better. That's the message, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And we want to make up for the 18 months you've not been able to raise any funds for the Motor Neurone Disease Society by making this one a massive income for the society.
Yeah, I'm begging, if you can help in any way, I would be truly amazed and thankful for all your help.
Well, CandoFM is going to do all it can to publicise this, and if you, I'll put the details of your Just Giving page on the website and on the gigs guide. Okay, but I'm going to take a quick break now, and then we'll come back and talk about that gentleman you just mentioned and the name that you're going to have on the back of your rugby shirt, to Robert Burrow. So we'll talk about him in just a moment. So I'm very pleased still to have Dan Hayes with me, who's not only going to run the marathon this year down in London to raise funds for the Motor Neurone Disease Society. He's also got another initiative that you can get involved with, particularly if you're a massive rugby fan. Now, earlier on, Dan said that he was going to be running the London Marathon in full rugby kit with the name Burrow on the back of his shirt. Now, tell me about Mr. Burrow, Dan.
Now, he's a living legend for Leeds Rhinos. He's been one of my heroes over the years since I've been watching all the rugby. I've been to the grand final watching him get that amazing try of his. And then when I heard the news of him sadly being diagnosed with motor neurons, it inspired me more to go out and do more, spread awareness, and reach out to others to try and help fundraise on what we can. Since then, I've been watching Rob sadly slowly deteriorate, but always with a smile on his face. And he's been doing so much, especially with his best mate, Kevin Sinfield. They've been doing marathons. They've been doing everything they can to raise awareness and funds for motor neurons disease. Kev, all the rugby league have been phenomenal by fundraising every aspect of rugby. They've all been trying to do different fundraising activities. There's a Rob Burrow Sevens that they've just had yesterday. And it's going to be really amazing to be honoured to be, because I sent him an email asking if it was possible for me to run the London Marathon with Burrow on the back to spread awareness. He actually replied to my email, and I was blown away that he actually replied to me.
Now, for people who don't know much about rugby and certainly don't know about Leeds Rhino and the success of many of their players, what in particular makes Robert a standout player?
He is a beacon, basically. He is the living legend for Leeds, and nobody can achieve what he's managed to do in his career, in my opinion. And the support of his best mates and the legends from Leeds have been phenomenal. And it just inspired me more to do more.
He's had a career that has spanned how many years now?
Oh good 12 minimum years. And it's amazing. It's been amazing to watch.
Yeah, he's been playing professional rugby at the highest tier for 16 years. Actually, it's amazing how somebody can stay at that standard, that ability to be fit and performing at that level. 16 consecutive years is just amazing, and all the trophies he's won along the way. I mean, it's just incredible. So for him to be struck down by this very debilitating condition, and to have supporters like yourself who are going the extra mile to raise funds for this condition so as more research can be done inside, is phenomenal. Now, what is this prize?
Well, as I said, I've been emailing Rob Burrow himself, and he's said, Dan, I'm so proud that you want to be running the London Marathon to spread awareness for motor neurons. So he said, I'll tell you what, I'll get you one of my playing shirts that I've wore, and you can try and raffle it off to raise money. And I was like, brilliant, wow, a shirt. But then as time went on, he went, Dan, I've got all the emails still, and it says I've got Barry McDermott and Kevin Sinfield to sign this shirt for you. I've also managed to sign it, and in brackets, sort of, because he's struggling these days. But then I left it. I was like, wow, this is Dan, please leave me a week or so. I've got to try something. And he come back to me again and said, Dan, I've got all these names to sign this shirt from the living legends from Leeds. And I was just blown away. And this is a one-off shirt. Like Kevin Sinfield, they're both Patreons now for MND, him and Rob. And like Jamie Peacock, McDermott, all the living legends that are there, and they've all signed to help me. And I've been blown away. They've been tweeting my what I'm trying to do. And again, I'm just trying to raise what I can with this raffle.
So this is a raffle to win that one-off shirt, one of Rob Burrows' actual shirts that he's worn in a game. And it's all signed by all these amazing legends from all over the game, particularly from the Leeds team from the past. And it's going to be worth a fortune, basically. And what can people buy a ticket for?
Basically, it's for a raffle, and it's through Just Giving. So we all know all the money is going to motor neurone disease. And then you put a donation in of £5. That £5 then gets generated into a ticket for to be entered into the draw. All the draw names who go in will be then put into a list, and they'll be done live as a draw for the winner on the day. But we've also said if you bought 5 tickets, we'll give you a free ticket as well to be in the draw, to try and help raise as much money as we can for motor neurons. So
buy 5 tickets of £5 a piece, you get an extra one thrown in for nout.
Yep.
And all of it's going into a brilliant cause. It's a precious prize, and MND Society is going to be the beneficiary of every single penny.
Yes.
And you're the man to make it happen.
I really hope so. And with the help of everybody, especially yourselves that can do, it's going to be, I think I'll cry if I raise a lot of money.
There'll be worthwhile tears. That's all I can say. Yeah. There'll be worthwhile tears, and a token of you appreciating everything that you've done to make this year compensate for the lost months thanks to COVID. And I'm hoping it will be a massive one for you. So just remind me of the details of where they can sponsor you for the marathon, and where they can get hold of tickets for this precious shirt with Rob's name on the back and all these signatures of these legends in the rugby world. Yeah, so if they want to sponsor me for the London Marathon, they can find me on Facebook, which is under Dan Hayes. Or they've got to look on Just Giving page and type in Dan Hayes London Marathon, and it'll come up and you can donate there. As for the shirt, it's all over Facebook at the moment, so just look for me again on Facebook for Dan Hayes. I'm trying to get shared all over. And again, go on Just Giving, type in Dan Hayes Rob Burrow shirts, and you'll find it there, and you can help me raise a lot of money for motor neurone disease. Buy as many tickets as you can, folks, because this is a one-off shirt. And if you're a rugby fan, this is going to be a precious commodity for your collection. And in days or months, even years to come, it's going to be only increasing. It's only going to get more and more valuable, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. So, Dan, it's up to me to wish you absolutely 100% support from CandoFM. But before I go any further, when is this draw and when is the London Marathon? Because there's a few weeks we've got to go for people to get involved and sponsor you and buy these tickets. Yeah, so the London Marathon's the 3rd of October. The draw's going to be opened all the way till the day I do the London Marathon. And then the draw will take place after we've done all the adding up on who's in on the draw 2 days after, on the 5th. And I'll probably do it about 8 o'clock at night. So you've got to watch out there. Put that in your diaries, folk. So if you're going to buy one of these tickets, or preferably many of these tickets, then you want to be looking on Facebook on Dan Hayes' page at 1 minute past 8 on the 5th of October to see if you're the precious winner. And if you're not the winner, then you'll know who has got it, and you can make an offer to them for the shirt. Yeah. And maybe they'll donate the money back to MND. No, that's too far.
That'd be nice.
Dan, I wish you all the absolute best with not only the run. I don't know how you get fit enough to do a marathon. That's way beyond me. And I wish
It's
you
mentality.
Yeah, well, I'll be said about that, I tell you. But I wish you every success with this raffle too. It's a precious prize. It's definitely worth people getting involved with, and all the money is going to an incredibly under-researched initiative in motor neurone disease. That there is so much unknown about this condition, and unknown about the impacts that different treatments can have. So it's a phenomenal cause. You're doing great work, Dan. Keep it up. And stay well.
Much. I'll do my ultimate best. I'll try and get on TV. That's my other aim for the London Marathon. Make sure I get on TV.
I'll tell you what, when it's all done, will you come back on CandoFM and talk to me about the experience of doing it, and announce the winner and in person, and how much you raised off this initiative?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Just a little brief one, just so you can tell everybody that, one, you've done the marathon and their sponsorship was well worth it, and two, how much you raised through the shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'd love nothing better to come on your show and tell me who the winner was and how much we raised for motor neurons, and hopefully tell you how much I've raised so far for motor neurons as well.
That would be absolutely brilliant. Thanks ever so much, Dan. All the very best.
Thank you very much.